Welcome to Instant Anime.
Just add music.
I'm Sarah.
I'm Jimmy.
Thank you so much for joining us. If you haven't before, this is a podcast where Jimmy and I listen to a song and make an anime for it. So the song today that we used was Intergalactic Disco by Interlunium.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a lot of different versions of it.
3.
But we went with the Korean one.
Why not?
Because,
It's standard.
you know us.
Standard fare for the podcast.
Pretty much. So we listened to this song. We went, if this were a theme song for an anime, what would that anime be? We took 5 minutes and wrote down our ideas, and now we will present them and then combine them into a mega anime for your listening enjoyment. Or not, but we definitely have fun.
God, I hate it when they combine anime.
It's the worst part.
I just like 2 discrete animes.
And I don't listen to the song.
Yep.
But you should, because this song, I'm going to start us off.
Yeah.
This song is both great and terrible, but I got my idea immediately.
Harsh.
It's great, but come on, it is 5 minutes long. It's really repetitive.
It's incredible. It's both an anime intro and outro all bundled into one sweet package.
I meant terrible like a great and terrible force.
I gotcha.
But it is a little repetitive.
It's like just a power ballad of song force. It's so much.
It's very strong.
Yeah.
And that's why I think I got my idea before the word started, which is like, I don't know, maybe 30 seconds in. I had a brain blast, perhaps.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
You just like exploded on the couch.
Yeah, it was like, whoa, we gotta do this.
Yeah.
But anyhow, without further ado,
Here we go.
This anime that I've created takes place in a very funky 1970s Las Vegas, Nevada.
All right.
So our main characters are a law enforcement team or detective team. There's 2 of them, perhaps 2 dudes, 1 white, 1 black, in the rich 1970s cop show tradition. But they
Buddy cop.
Yeah, okay. I wrote that later, but I was like, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay, so big buddy cop.
Yeah,
vibe.
it's super, entrenched in that.
Oh, yeah. So that's where we are.
Cool.
But they also own and operate a wedding chapel on the Vegas Strip and spend their time fighting crime and marrying people.
That's pretty great.
So we've got the buddy cop relationship. It's just very funny. I want it to be very funny. Very one episode to solve a crime type of situation, and they always make it back in time for their weddings. And then they say something witty, and the camera does the circle and close out. Yeah. So they're just like, it's too bad, blah, blah, blah. And then they turn, it's like...
It has something to do with who's getting married. Do they dress up as Elvis to marry people?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh, yeah. There's all of that.
Good.
I want really...
Do they both marry people at the same time? Or, do they both marry different couples?
Oh, they work together.
Oh, okay.
It's one chapel.
They hold hands, each other's hands.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, there's no reason they shouldn't also be a couple, but we can toy with that.
Yeah.
But, very funny, very cheesy, very funky.
That's really good.
I was so
excited. There's a lot of
excited.
elements in there that are just why hasn't this actually been a show yet?
Yeah. So the very first sound of the song, I was like, oh, it's a wedding. But then it gets this real funky, and I was like, oh, it's cops who own.
Yeah.
They have to be
slapping bass line.
Preacher cops. And I was like, no, wait. And then I reminded myself of Chromeo a little bit.
Yeah.
So maybe if we could get them to hang out again.
Because they have that, they're white women music video.
Yeah. Where they go and they're marrying and then they leave. And, anyway.
Yeah, risque.
That is my idea. I'm super stoked about it.
That's really good.
Thank you.
Mine's different. The show may continue.
That was fun.
Mine's different and I think more inspired by the galactic-ness of it. I think I even wrote galactic in here at one point because I was like, I went space. The song took me there. Either way.
You mean you didn't get your idea in the first 2 seconds of the song?
No, it took me about 5 minutes, actually.
Oh. Well then. I'm kidding.
So my anime, I really love yours, by the way.
Thank
it is
you.
good. It's
Are you
just
saying
cut paste?
what I think you're saying?
It's a thing.
Yay, the highest honor.
It's a thing. Something like disco marriage. Or,
yeah, I was like something about
goofy.
love
some Elvis, like you
Yeah.
could use like a Elvis lyric,
And
Hound
something
Dog Blues or
cop
something
and-
like that.
yeah.
I don't know. It's really good.
So I didn't get the title. I was trying to
Like
think
if
of
it
at the
doesn't
end.
already exist, there's so many elements from different shows that you're just like, why didn't this happen
I know.
already? Okay.
And this is their theme song.
It's
Y'all
really
welcome.
Good. It's really good. Mine is different and goes more in the like pop star
Okay.
verse, inspired by how many girls sing in this song. And
Yeah, it seems
like
like
that.
a large group.
so it's inspired by not only it being in Korean, but also being in, spacey pop star.
They literally list the planets in English. It's kind of hard to miss.
Yes. So this country in my anime is not only has the mandatory military service
Okay.
at
okay.
18. I don't know if that's the Korean one, but regardless.
It's a little later, I think.
Yeah.
But
So this one's at 18. Not only does it have that mandatory military service, but it also has mandatory pop star service starting from birth until their release until the military service.
okay, so they're pop stars until they join the military?
Yeah.
Dang.
Every citizen must participate, which ultimately makes the military service an extension of everyone's pop star existence.
Okay.
So this is basically like pop star country. Like they breed pop stars. However, once a real galactic threat is actually observed, like aliens coming to
Sure.
need mech forces or whatever, and the troops are mobilized, it's revealed that those with greater pop talents in singing and dancing are actually the best soldiers, thanks to their regimented training,
All the discipline.
since birth, and the inclusion of pop dance numbers in their combat techniques.
Okay.
May the most talented survive. Was
Oh.
my last one.
Dang.
But basically, it's like
It's a little darker then.
it's like because they're bred like it's pop star country, the military service has included in it like mechs that go off of like DDR dance moves and shit.
my
like
gosh,
like
okay.
everything is pop star related.
Okay.
So if you are like the Taeyong of pop star, like fucking super talented,
yes.
dancing, singing, whole package, EGOT worthy, whatever, then you are like 5-star general. Like you're just the best.
Wow.
Inherently, like the scientists invented like if you are good pop star, you are good military person. And that's my idea for
Wow.
interluniums.
How long is the mandatory military service?
I didn't really-
Is there a society outside of the military service afterwards?
It's a pop star society.
Just that's what everybody does?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
It's kind of like because it's a birth thing, I didn't really think about it that much. Like obviously people do different jobs.
Okay. That's what I
But
was...
it's all pop anyways. Like everything is pop. Everything's
Sure.
pop.
Sure.
Even the people who serve you food are pop stars
Well, sure.
if they get out of the military service.
If they, because they might die?
No, they might. I didn't go dark. It's
Okay,
just
well,
like
you
there's-
said if they survive
may the
or
most
whatever.
talented survive.
That sounds a little harsh.
Well, yeah, they are fighting an intergalactic threat.
Okay.
It's not a bad thing, though. Of course, they win.
Oh, good. Phew.
Yeah,
Back to my buddy cop level of...
Yeah. I didn't go like, and they're all murdered, and the world explodes.
Thank you.
Not this time. That's tomorrow.
Oh,
Sunday, next Sunday, whatever.
we'll see what happens.
That's for October.
Definitely.
Or 2 weeks ago. Who knows? Yeah, so how do you want to combine Buddy Cop into Intergalactic Pop Space Force?
Well,
Space Force, damn it.
oh. I was like, oh, that kind of... Oh. It sounds like it should be a TV show. It doesn't sound like a real thing.
No, it's too funny to be a real thing.
Yeah, it is.
God damn it.
Anyhow.
Our country's a joke. Okay. How do you want to combine Elvis marriage cops into my idea?
Well, I feel like we have some commonality. Cops, kind of like a military-ish thing.
Yeah, definitely.
I've got, Elvis impersonators, and you've got K-pop stars. So we have music
Yeah,
and fighting crime, kind of. It's
definitely. I think it's more of a local
yeah.
threat than a galactic one.
The wedding chapel part is a little harder.
It kind of meshes with them being a pop star. Like it's the complete opposite of what you would expect a detective to be a part of. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of similar in that regard, but they are different ideas.
Yeah, I'm wondering. on the whole military thing, I feel like we should choose either we bring it back to military or we have it as cops. Like, we should choose one. Don't you think?
Yeah, I think it's either it's a turning point of our thing where we either decide it's a local threat and they're cops,
Yes,
or we
yeah.
decide it's a galactic thing and they're military. Mm-hmm. So what are you vibing on?
I'm wondering if we could keep it mostly mine. Maybe
Okay.
they are just detectives, ex-military,
Mm-hmm.
that are brought in for a funky intergalactic threat.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'd have to be talented musicians, K-pop stars if it was, because they're like impersonators.
Okay, I like this.
So maybe it's post the military forced service.
Yes.
But they were so talented that they're
Yes.
being called back for this intergalactic threat.
I gotcha.
Is that a good marriage?
So yeah, they
'Cause I didn't mean to. Sorry.
they did well in the military, but were like
Backstory is yours.
they did well in the military, but they were like, I guess this isn't what I want with my life. But they were like, we learned a lot in the military, so we're going to apply that to a detective agency.
Yeah, we're gonna be policemen
But
or
also,
women.
they were famous enough where they could start any business they wanted to, so they could do the Las Vegas Marriage Chapel.
Are you okay with keeping that? Because I think it's hilarious.
I think it's hilarious as
Okay,
well.
good.
I like it a lot. So they're very talented
and
detectives
maybe
now.
they're trying to hide out a little.
I think they're trying to keep it on the DL.
Yeah.
Because they knew that whole life
Mm-hmm.
of constant pressure from being a social pop icon.
Yeah.
And so they just kind of settled down.
Ooh, what if there was something that happened during the military? Maybe I don't know how heavy we want to get, but maybe a touch of like PTSD where they can't be in big crowds or deal with all of that anymore.
I gotcha. Maybe since we have like a confirmed 2 character, maybe there is one with PTSD and the other has some other issue as well.
But maybe that's why they couldn't continue to be
So
pop stars
yeah, and so they had a
afterwards.
shared trust in each other.
Yes.
That they both also had that shared, I don't want to do this for my whole life. But not enough to where they didn't want to be detectives. Like it was a very specific military related.
Yeah,
thing.
they're willing to fight injustices,
Yeah.
but they're just not okay.
They're better on the local level.
Yes.
Because they are very personable and good at they are good at their jobs. I like
Yes.
this. This is good.
Okay. Are
Yeah.
you happy with that then?
Yeah.
That actually was a lot easier than I thought it would be.
I think we worked it out.
Best of both worlds.
Best of
as
both
they
worlds.
Say.
And then, so there are these local cops now, but they have this
And
bigger,
it doesn't have to be Vegas. We can change that, but
It's Neo Vegas.
sure.
Neo Vegas.
That's fine with me. We can have some futuristic things as long as it's funky AF.
It's super funky.
Whew.
It kind of is reminding me of Dance Dance Adventure a little bit with the
Okay.
like dance related thing, but it's
Yeah.
not. It's not. I also before I was going to share my idea, I was going to say like the obvious logical conclusion for this song is the second season of Identity Intergalactic Idol. Like
I see.
straight up that would have
Same
been
universe?
Yeah. Cuz this song is very idol centric. And I don't know, it just gave me those same vibes. But I'm like I'm not going to write season 2 of that show. So, we're here now and I like that a lot.
Cool. I'm excited about this.
This is good. What do you think? I mean, what do you think else? What do you think we need more
Well, I
than
think we
that?
should maybe talk about the characters. We haven't done that in a while, and it
been more
might
broad
it might be
idea
nice.
based.
I don't know, but I think we will have flashbacks for sure.
Okay.
We could even
Fill
have
out their backstory.
Yeah, I feel like it should start with them as cops, like, future. But then, like, the first episode
No,
should
I
be,
gotcha.
like, present.
But they're
even
not
though
like
it's in
washed
the
up.
future.
But it is
No.
technically them. It's their washed up phase because they're not in their prime.
Yeah, and they're trying not to be.
Right.
They don't want that anymore. It was too much.
Yeah.
And
Like they feel good about their life decisions.
Oh,
This isn't
definitely.
like a bad thing.
no, they're happy.
Yeah.
They are funky. They are killing it. They are marrying people. They are solving crimes.
I think it's a good life.
Maybe their old general or somebody comes to them, comes to their chapel And they're all like dressed up like Elvis or whatever other, because if this is kind of
space dandy-esque. Yeah.
yeah, if this is future, we can have other pop stars that, don't yet exist. But maybe someone comes back and
Elvis
says,
Prime.
Elvis Prime here. I need your help.
Yeah.
But, saying like we had to find our best people again because of this that's going on. Nobody knows, it's top secret, but we need you. And so then we can flash back to what happened before.
I either like that the general seeks them out, or by chance a drunk person in the army is getting married and is like, hey, you're those guys before. I don't know.
I recognize you.
I think them being sought out for their skill sets makes more sense.
Yeah.
In this realm.
I think so, because it's a military-ish thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're...
Just when I thought I was out, you
They
pulled me back in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we're there. In regards to that, we have a PTSD. Do we want to define what happened, or just kind of leave that? I think it's harder
we can
to
flash back around it, and then maybe towards the end,
it's
it
like a
finally
big
becomes
deal.
clear.
Yeah,
Because we could parallel the like real life current threat with what happened before, and keep those storylines kind of together.
I gotcha.
And so we can have the struggle of both of the characters dealing with the past as they must save the world.
Yeah, as their flashbacks are flash forwarding into the future of their issues.
Yeah. How long before the general returns?
Right. Is it a couple years? Is it like...
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking in terms of like how many episodes do we have of them just as buddy cops?
Oh, I gotcha. I feel like an
establish that.
establishing of that would be like 4 or 5 episodes.
I think so too. Like we're finally comfortable. We're like, this is hilarious. They've solved some funny crimes or something, but then...
Yeah. I think that would be amazing too, because you would have this whole establishing thing of them just being funny and marrying people, and you'd kind of get their
banter,
their schedules
thing.
down. You're like, okay, we get what's going on with them. And
this
then
is funny.
Throw a wrench in the mix with, remember that stuff you didn't want to remember?
Ta-da.
It's coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that'd be good.
Yeah.
The only other thing...
It's like a mid-season. Like a mid-season finale.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Somewhere not quite, but like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Do you think the smaller Vegas-y or wherever type crimes are somehow hinting towards the intergalactic threat coming?
Yeah, I think because it's like future, it's kind of like Neo Vegas is like a space hub of some sort. And just like Vegas, flights to Vegas are super cheap. It's like flights to Neo Vegas from Lunar System 6 are just as cheap, so they get a lot of off-world travel.
Okay.
I like that.
I'm cool with that.
And so there's like an amping up of maybe arms race, arms dealing, and stuff that they weren't coming in contact with within their previous
it had been much more
investigations.
low-key.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it's like, oh, this is like a big one.
Yeah.
It's a big bust or something. Oh, maybe they get featured in like whatever the equivalent of a space newspaper is. And that's how their general finds them.
I like that. They show up on a data board.
For their good work.
Yes.
Their job well done. That's how they're found.
There you go.
I like that. I'm very happy with that.
That's really good.
That's how it's established.
Then they're already involved in this bigger arc.
Yeah.
And so then they're sought out. That makes perfect sense.
It
That's perfect. That's
okay,
really
cool.
good.
And then from there, it's them transitioning, trying to figure out how to keep the chapel maybe open while they're having to be away or something like that.
Yeah.
Having to leave.
I think doing
family and
like
friends.
digital weddings. They like
cute.
like the Star Wars.
Yeah.
They can like, what is it called?
The holographic.
Yeah,
thing.
they like hologram in to do weddings. That'd be funny.
That would be.
I'd watch that. So they do that. I think there's a huge, after the mid-season, them struggling to...
Because that's when we can have the back flashes. Please know what I mean.
Backdraft.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Oof. We can establish,
flashbacks.
and it goes from there.
But that, not only that, I think they struggle with, do we really want to get back involved with this? But they realize
they need to
from their current investigations.
But it makes them deal with everything that they've tried to keep.
It's them then accepting this new position and struggling with the new technologies that have been developed in the time that they weren't in the military.
Yeah.
And
Because what are you thinking? Like 15 years ish?
yeah, I think there's
think
a good
that's-
amount of time. A
yeah.
lot of stuff has been
But
developed.
they're not like old.
They're not old. Again, it's like
Because if they
it's a mandatory service.
if they did 2 years,
Yeah.
and they left when they were 20,
then they're like mid-30s.
yeah, that's not
It's perfect.
your
So I
body
think-
isn't quite giving away yet.
That's it. And there's a bunch of the show in them having to learn the new technology and struggling with it, but then ultimately
And all the young
excelling.
K-pop people, too.
Exactly. Oh, the young K-pop military stars
Yeah.
are a band of goons.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good.
And then all of them have their own specialties. Like I have like fast footwork, therefore I'm the best at like this DDR mech.
I was
kind
a
of thing.
baton like the best baton twirler in all of the land.
And so I'm really good with a bayonet or something.
Yeah, baton and like kendo and shit, you know.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff like that.
I think that would be really cool.
Yeah.
Some taekwondo.
Taekwondo. Oh man, that slow-mo guys.
Yeah, if you haven't watched are they just called slow-mo guys?
It's the slow-mo guys, but it's their like show that they got paid to go around the world. It's like
It's really
Slow-mo
cool.
World or something.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
But they went to South Korea. They went to Seoul.
Seoul.
And they hung out with this cool team of elite
Just intense
athletes that do this amazing shit.
Intense stuff.
Like I'm glad they slowed it down because it is actually
you just miss
very,
it.
very
If you
fast.
see it real time, there's no time
You're just
to
like,
appreciate it.
Holy, yeah.
I mean, you are instantly like blown away by
Mm-hmm. But
its,
then to see it slowed down,
what
you see
they're
all the
doing
like
and their-
technicality. Like there's this one guy that's literally upside down and like alternating his feet back and forth as he's flipping.
and not just like wildly. It's
Yeah, it's very controlled and he's breaking boards simultaneously with each little tiny kick. It's incredible.
it makes it look easy when it's slowed down 1,500%.
Oh my gosh.
But how fast he actually did it, you're
And
like,
those two that were
okay.
spinning and kicking each other's, oh my god.
They were giving
had
each other
board-
boards, and
It
it's
was
crazy.
Yeah.
We just talked about it for 2 minutes. That's how good it was.
Yeah, you should check it out. Let's have some weird shit like that in ours.
Definitely. Super inspired.
Yeah. Just,
By
maybe
Gavin
there's
Dam.
one battalion.
That's
guess
like
it would be a
super
battalion.
taekwondo. And
Yeah.
they get in their mechs and they do the like intro
Yeah,
that's in the
they
video.
do all the and
in sync and stuff.
I mean, when we were watching it, Jimmy and I made a joke that it was the most like in sync K-pop routine I'd ever seen, and I feel like maybe
Here we are. We've combined that into an anime now. Yes. It was meant to be. We
It
just watched it
was.
yesterday.
it was.
So yeah.
I think that's cool. I don't think we need to like figure out what the threat is. We've got the general. We know it's related to the arms
We've
deal.
made it
Something
galactic.
big's going down.
It's a Neo Vegas, so
Yeah.
it has like cybernetic and it's cool.
I think so.
I'm super into it.
Do you want to figure out our characters, or are they just two people that bonded through wartime?
I think it's that.
Okay.
I think if we figured it out anymore, it'd be getting into like too deep of a lore.
Yeah.
I think we have the basis of them having a trauma that they bonded over.
Yes, and they're different.
Yeah.
I know I went with the classic one black man, one white man kind of thing in the buddy cop.
Right.
As I said, the rich tradition.
Right.
But it could be anybody.
Could be
Just-
two women, could be two men.
I
doesn't
just want
matter.
them to be different.
Yeah.
That maybe they wouldn't although if it's the future, ideally everyone gets along. But obviously not. We have an intergalactic, arms
Yes.
thing going on. So
Yes. But it's like a Star Wars-esque, like
oh yeah.
people make their own troubles at
Yeah.
this point in the future or in the far, far past.
I'm gonna say this one's in the future.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out
Well,
there.
I mean,
I know Star Wars, but still.
Star Wars happened, and then where are the lightsabers?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
They're just lasers. We can't figure out how to make them stop.
Yeah.
We're just not there yet.
No. I bet we will at some point make lightsabers, though, don't you?
I hope so.
I don't know if I hope so. They seem very dangerous.
No, they're cool.
Okay.
But like stopping a laser doesn't make
Would you
just
be
doesn't make any sense.
as happy if you got one from like Target?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a
well,
real lightsaber?
no, like the ones they
Oh, no, I already-
sell at Target.
Like with the multicolored, like white, green, purple.
yeah, and it like extends out, and you can so it looks like the.
No, I want one.
You want a
my
real
my
one?
theory is that you somehow have like a floating bearing at the top,
Okay.
and that's where the beam goes.
Yeah.
But it seems like a very easily like breakable thing. Like someone
Yeah.
just like sucks the bearing off and it's like you're just shooting a laser.
Or if it's in like
To
a glass
infinity.
tube, then it wouldn't hurt anybody.
No, you'd just be
so
hitting someone with a baton that looked really cool.
really thin glass would break. That would
And then
hurt.
the laser goes
And everyone's dead again. So we're obviously not the scientists that are going to be figuring this out.
No.
But we did figure out this anime.
We made an anime.
We made a
mega
anime.
And we're gonna make a title for it right now with some words that are about the show.
Which should be
Space.
space.
No, I'm not space word this time. No.
Do you want to do the whole...
Like a military?
I was going to say, is buddy cop a weird...
Yeah. We could do, okay.
I mean,
let's
they're
do,
like
police
relation-
world.
Okay.
Police word.
I was going to say the relationship
And-
between them, but...
Pop word.
Police and pop?
Police pop.
Ba-doop, boop. All right, let's try it.
All right, you want to do a police word first or a pop word first?
I'll start with pop.
I'll do a police one. 3, 2, 1. Justice.
Harmony. Well then.
Harmony of justice.
Ah.
I like harmony because it does work as like a marriagey word too, Elvisy. Okay,
Switchy?
switcheroo. I'll do a pop word. 3, 2, 1.
Formation.
Moves.
Ooh, I like moves. You got some moves?
That was my pop.
Oh
That was
yeah.
my pop moves.
Pop and lock.
Pop and lock it. Oh, I locked it too.
No,
oh, I
no,
can't
oh
unlock.
God, oh God.
Unlock.
The little like car noise.
Whit, whit.
Thank you. Mine was sad. Anyway,
It was good,
yeah, I went with formation because I feel like that also is like
That's
a pop
good.
thing.
but also police. Yeah, it's good.
I don't know if either would be title worthy necessarily, but
Yeah. I couldn't. This is like the one time I couldn't think of an alliteration between mine.
oh, I didn't even try. Well, police and pop are already
Police
alliterated.
Pop police.
Is that a thing? Can I alliterated?
I don't
I
know
don't
actually.
think so.
They are alliteration. That would work.
Yep,
I know that's a word. It should be a word if it's not a word.
I'll
Let's
make
be
it work.
Let's be real.
We'll just start using it and see what happens. That'd be hashtag cursed.
Hashtag cursed. Oh man, I feel like there's
Oh.
been a couple episodes where we forgot to push our brand.
That's okay. You're keeping it up on Twitter.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
It's just not a lot of cursed stuff happening.
We have to make our own cursed things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All
So
right, sorry.
I'm liking. Yeah, I don't really like formation as a title-y word, but
I
it's a
don't
good.
It fits the vibe, but I don't
Yeah.
think it's title.
Yeah, but it is a good word. Great word.
Thank you. It's a multiple syllable word.
Yeah. I had another word just floating around was like marriage,
Yeah.
like the marriage between pop and stardom and police and whatever. I
Yeah,
don't know.
the whole symbiotic relationship going on between.
Symbiotic stardom is not good.
Intergalactic Idol 2,
Symbiotic stardom. That's season 2.
Done and done.
Done and done. Pick us up, Netflix.
Oh, Lord.
Pick us up.
They canceled One Day at a Time, though, and
I
I'm
heard
pissed.
that's
I'm pissed.
it's pretty wild. I wonder if it's been picked up
It should be.
again
Someone
or
should.
uncanceled.
I just...
Man, what are you doing, Netflix?
Representation matters. You said as much in your statement.
There was
and
some like
then-
heartfelt comments in the like
Yeah.
hashtag of that. It was crazy.
Anyway, okay, back to the task at hand.
Yes.
I guess I'd still take their money if it came down to it, but I wouldn't be pleased. Maybe I'd be like,
We're going to Hulu.
ooh.
We're going to Prime Originals. We're going
Okay.
to HBO.
Oh!
They don't do anime.
But they're going to take stakes and they're going to like it.
They're like the first HBO animated film.
From these two
Probably
weird
not.
kids.
They've probably done other things.
Yeah.
That's okay. This is the anime.
Okay, how about Disco Detectives Save the World? Is that cheesy enough, do you think? Does that fit our
I think
vibe?
that's very anime.
I think so too.
I think that could be it.
I think it keeps it light.
It keeps
but
it
also
light.
it explains exactly what it is.
They're disco detectives and they save the world.
Mm-hmm.
But they were detectives of dance and disco and marriage and stuff.
Yeah.
And also the title of the song is Intergalactic Disco.
Oh, that is true. I kind of had forgotten about that.
Disco Detective Saves the World is like
No, Disco Detectives Save the World.
Dicto.
Oh, Lord.
Disco Detectives Save the World is really good.
Okay, cool.
Disco Detective Saves the World. That's if there were one.
There are
There was
two.
only one. Yeah, I like that a lot. It explains that there's more than one.
Yep.
And that they also save the world.
Yep.
This is great.
I think it keeps it light. I think
It
it'll.
keeps it light.
It gives the funny, cheesy vibe.
It gives this funny, cheesy vibe. It's not just like detective.
And disco, very funky.
The last
Very bad.
case. It's not like
No.
fucking.
Final tour.
But Saves the World is also has like a finality to it under the veil. But it's also fun and cheery and goofy.
yeah.
I'm down.
Cool.
That's the
Are you
title.
down to disco?
If I could say it right, disco
You want me to write it down for you?
detectives save the world.
There you
I
go.
kept said saves the world.
Well, it's intergalactic. Does it need to be something that different than the world?
No.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay. It sounds better.
Yeah.
Saves the universe.
Save the world.
Save the world.
Who would you want to be in Disco Detectives Save the World?
Ooh.
Oh,
I want
boy.
to get married.
We get married
Will you marry me?
on the show
Yeah.
and not just in the show.
Such a... Yes,
It's
in
like
the
bound
show.
by law. The show marries you for real.
In the show.
Oh, you're so mad
Let
now.
me just... You're such a dick sometimes.
I'm like, let me just reiterate.
Wait. I'm not entering anything like legally binding with this, right?
It's on the record. Yeah, that's a good little cameo we could do.
We can be moderately drunk.
Oh, I like that. We both tipsy AF, getting married in Vegas, Neo Texas.
I was gonna say. I mean,
No, Neo
guess.
Vegas. We go to the ice bar.
Yes, because I want to do that in real life.
Yeah, but it's like way cooler in Neo Vegas. It's
Because
like
it's negative.
the actual building is made of ice.
Yes, like the ice hotel in that James Bond film, which there are also ice hotels, which
But
would
this
be
one's
cool,
in a
but-
desert, so it's even more impressive.
Yeah, because the magic ice girl is there. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. We're not dragging her into this.
Yeah.
It's
No,
not
this is
still
totally
Christmas.
different. This is totally different. Snow Girl ain't here.
No, it's some other sort of
Yeah.
futuristic something.
This
something.
is good. We're in it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have any ideas for main characters? Is Lee Pace in it?
I mean, Lee Pace should be in everything. Let's be honest. Oh
No, he's just going to be so busy if he ever gets cast in anything that we did.
my god.
'Cause
Do you
he's
think
in,
we
like,
get
every-
to, like, meet him.
He's in like hundreds of episodes.
Yeah, hundreds of episodes. This is number 98.
Tens.
Definitely a dozen at least.
Yeah. Oh, man. At least.
We have some favorites, maybe.
It's him.
It's him.
But I'm the one that always brings him up. You're like, well, I don't want to put him in anything.
I
but
mean, if you insist.
Yeah, well, I think that's
Can you imagine being faux married by Lee Pace?
that's what I'm saying.
I
It's pretty
know.
good, right?
All right, let's just see.
Life
he may not
goals.
be into it.
Hashtag cursed goals.
Otherwise, I want someone who's got, kind of like in Cowboy Bebop, Beef and Broccoli, the like deep voice.
Oh,
What is
yeah.
his character's name? It's not Spike.
The
Help
other-
me. The other one?
Robot arm guy.
Yep.
Dude, I don't remember his name.
Why can't I
I only
remember?
remember Spike and Valentine. Maven. Dude, I don't even remember her name.
Well, what about
I
Ein?
remember Spike and Ein. That's it.
Okay, well, the other guy, he's got a really good, like, low... I want a low, funky voice
I
for
gotcha.
one of the characters.
Cool.
That's
can do it.
pretty much my only
He does
requirement.
anime and
Yeah.
other stuff.
Yeah,
So
maybe we can just get him. I'm sorry we can't remember your name.
I can't remember the character name. I definitely wouldn't be able to remember the voice actor's name.
Well, we're bad with them anyhow.
Yeah. I just know Spike is Steve Bloom because Steve Bloom is everyone most of the time.
Yep.
When he shows up in like newer anime as just like some bit character, I'm like,
Like,
what are you doing, Steve Bloom?
You
crazy
guys
guy.
wasted this talent. You could have had him as a much...
Crazy guy.
Yeah. Maybe
You
they
were in
couldn't
Samurai
afford him.
Champloo. Yeah, maybe. They could only get him for a bit part.
Yeah.
He is the cameo. Brings in the American dub audience.
Yeah. We follow. Where Steve goes, we follow.
Wherever
Okay.
Steve go. Yeah, well,
So we'll see if Lee Pace is up for it. It sounds like it might be two guys still.
I mean, he's super busy. We didn't even know he was in Captain Marvel,
Yeah.
reprising a role that we thought wouldn't.
I don't know how that's gonna have
That doesn't
ended up.
fit my timeline.
But you know,
Yeah. It's good. I'm down.
cool.
You're down.
We're in it. We've
Disco
figured out what it's
detectives
called.
save the world.
Yes.
So you just have to do like a little mental pause, and then I can do it. So that's the show, Instant Anime.
Just add music.
Thanks for listening. I'm Jimmy.
I'm Sarah. Thanks for listening.
Damn it.
It's fine.
This is the end of the podcast where now we just talk about stuff
Us.
like our Twitter and our website and stuff.
Right,
So our
right.
Twitter is either the
Twitter.instantanime. Wait, nope.
Twitter.
Twitter.instantannie.may.
Yeah. Or our handle is Instant Anime Pod, and that's where we post GIFs and tease upcoming episodes, as well as just banter with our favorite Faniel Daniel.
Yep, he likes to talk to us, it seems, which is cool.
Yeah, and
We
so
try and find things that are cursed, and otherwise you just get the best boys.
looking for cursed stuff, looking for best boys, and posting GIFs as like a mood board per episode every week. Or you can check out our other thing.
We host at instantannie.may. It is also instantanime.podbean.com. Same place. But it sounds way cooler. And from there, you can have our clickable descriptions of our episodes.
At least there.
Yes, I can't speak to other podcatchers, but some are listed on the side.
I know the Apple Podcasts app on the phones has clickable links,
That seems weird.
but not on like if you go to like
Seriously?
the Apple Store, like the one that we link to.
Oh
it's
my
just
gosh.
flat, nothing.
That's an odd choice,
Yeah.
but okay.
But on the phones, it's very user
Easy.
friendly at least.
All right, well, you got that.
Yeah.
But we have a variety of other podcatchers in the sidebar, as well as our suggestion form.
Suggest.
Suggest.instantannie.may.
Damn.
And that is just a little Google form you can fill out to give us a song that we can animify.
Animate.
We can use.
Not gonna animate, but we're gonna animate it.
Yeah, there you go. We'll
Mega animify.
mega animify. Yeah,
It's a mouthful.
it is.
We'll rework.
That one's in progress.
Yeah.
But we have that, and we also have our merchandise, which is shop.instantannie.may.
Yeah.
And we hope to be adding some new things there soonish. You
Putting a
know,
lot of pressure on me.
just hoping to.
You can make merch too.
Yeah, I can, and I will.
Good.
With your help.
Oh.
So, otherwise, I think that's just about it.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for listening. Mm-hmm. We'll see you next week.
Get funky.